Yo, what's up, guys? This is Fafnir Wedgeo. It's been a while. A lot has changed in my life, but I'm finally at like a moment of pause, and I've been brewing, and I thought I'd share my build. This is a AFD Yummy deck, and we'll get started. For monsters, we run 3 Tupsy, 1 Lollipo, 1 Cookie. No Marshmallow because broke college kid. And I thought about upping maybe Cookie, like one more copy of either one. It's the only thing I would adjust with the Yummy cards. For other monsters, 3 Regulus, the Fairy Beast. On summon, searches a spell or trap that mentions AFD, and then once returned, I can summon a 4 or lower light beast, plant, or fairy from hand in defense, and then finally I can banish himself from grave, put Field Spell and grave on bottom of the deck to draw a card. So 1 year starters to get your engine going, and it is a light beast, so you can link this off for Snatchy. And so you kind of just hope your AFD stuff goes through, and then when it doesn't, because hand traps, you start doing yummy things. So it's really funny. Opponent had to pick up the card and was like, what? Next, we're playing 1 Spore. This is a tuner that when summoned can increase its level by the number of monsters I control. And if I control AFD or a light beast or plant, fairy, and it's my grave, I summon it, and then I'm synchro locked for the rest of the turn. So it's a good thing to summon off a Regulus, make it self level 7, and then make it self 3 so you can synchro 7 into AFD. And I wouldn't play more because it's so easy to get into with Regulus. So that's my ratio. And then 1 Currybon as like another target. It summons if you have a light beast, plant, or fairy, or AFD, and then it's a tuner. And if a card I control that's AFD or a monster that mentions it would be destroyed by card effect, I return it instead. And I only use this as like the tuner. That's all for the AFD monsters. Like in text, play 1 Guanco, Noble Knight of the Forest. On summon, I add a Fairy Tale Prologue, Journey's Dawn from deck to hand. Or if I have that field spell on my field or in the grave, I draw 1 instead. And I only play 1 because that is, I need that field spell, but I'm not willing to play more than 1 because it's like horrible to brick on this. It doesn't do anything on its own. Like while I have that field spell, while a card's in a field zone, my opponent has to attack this, and then when it's destroyed in battle, it loses 500. So it's just there to search the field spell, and that's really it. 3 Bat, the Forest Ninja. If a card is in a field zone, it summons itself from hand as a condition. And then on summon, if the Fairy Tale Prologue Journey's Dawn is on the field or in the grave, I add a light beast from deck to hand. So it extends, and then it searches Regulus or a yummy monster. So it's really funny, and I like it at 3. Doesn't activate, plays under Caesar, so wouldn't adjust that. 3 Rescue Cat. This is where the tech and testing comes in, because this can summon 2 yummies from deck. This can summon Bat, and I'm playing other targets for it. 2 Valor Fawn. You could argue to play less of this because it doesn't do anything. It requires stuff in the grave. If you don't know, I discard a card, target level 2 of lower beast in my grave except itself, and summon it in attack or face down defense. And so this card's crazy, like mid to late game, and I could see arguments for cutting it. The other target that I like to play is Mind Mole. This is like completely random at first glance, but it's a level 3 Earth non-tuner, and it's random. Just it can't die by battle once. If it's destroyed by the opponent's card effect, it's banished. But if I also use it to synchro summon a beast monster, I get to draw a card. And this you could definitely cut to 1. I just really love this card. And that's like the whole premise of the deck is just beast turbo. That's all I have for monsters. Engine wise, 1 droll, 1 nib for anti-hand drops off the spells. 3 Fairy Tale Prologue, Journey's Dawn, the card that is mentioned a lot by the monsters, and any battle damage any player takes is halved. If I control a light beast or a 7 or 8 synchro monster, dragon synchro, I draw a card. So this helps draw into stuff, and it's great because this represents a drawing a search if I have that, or I can draw 2 if I get the Wonko, or if I summon Regulus, search the AFD field spell, and then I activate this and draw another card. So I'm deck thinning a lot because of this. And it has another effect during the standby phase. I send it from the field zone to the grave to place a different field spell from hand or deck, except itself. And that hasn't really mattered, come up for me. Because most of the time I'm either popping this with AFD, or I'm just placing a different field spell with the Snatchy, or I have the AFD field spell, Oracle of Spirits. And on activation, I search a monster that mentions AFD. And it has a weird floodgate effect, but I don't really pay attention to it because you need a 7 or higher White Dragon Synchro on your board. And that's each time a monster is summoned in attack position, I can change it to defense, but it doesn't matter. I search Regulus with it. And then if I already have Regulus, I search the Kuribon or the Spore. So I wouldn't play more or less because it's a hard activation. Hard once return activation. For the Yummy cards, Mignon, Acrowary. Don't need to adjust these. When I send them to grave for effects or just place a new field spell over it, that recycle ability in the grave is amazing. And it really helped me understand the Yummy grind game immediately. 1 Yum Yum Yummies, a card that nobody really plays, and it's kind of obscure, but it's removal. And so each time 2 or more Yummies are summoned at the same time, I gain 500, and then the opponent loses 500. And then I can pay 5, target monster the opponent controls, or target 2 face-up monsters on the field, including a Yummy Snatchy I control. And I send both to grave, and I summon a Yummy Synchro. And that's triggered as a Synchro summon. And then if the opponent activates the card effect, I can pay 100 and link summon a Yummy Link monster. So this is removal because I started to realize earlier builds I didn't have a way to really out things. So that's why I play it as just like a one-of way of like cool, funny, haha card. Finally, 2 surprise. That's all you need. Wouldn't adjust it. We all know what surprise does. Oh. Off the non-engine, 2 salesman called Droll or Bureau. And you're probably just like play around it and it's whatever. I know there's heavy hand traps where I'm playing and I just opt for full gas and just hope that what I try to build is going to be strong enough to break a board. And this helped me out, Lunalite, because I was able to just I call Liger Dancer, he tried to negate and I call by. And so the Liger Dancer couldn't pop my board. And so I like this card. I wouldn't recommend more than 2 because it's like I'm already playing call by, so this opening multiple of these sucks because it's hard once on activation. But it does force things, so I do like that about it. It helps break boards. 1 cross out. Same thing. I'm playing Nibiru Droll and then one or 2 other cards. So it's You could say I'm bad for playing few targets, but like I'm only hitting the things that hurt. So like end my turn. One call by. This card's insane. One tactics. Another insane card. I love this card. One will be against gold. Earlier builds of the deck, like the few times I open this and I drop it on the table, I win 90% of the time. Like the only time I didn't was like I'm playing through my opponent's interruptions, and then finally he clears my board, and I'm like, cool, thrust, so Beacon School, and he's like, Niv, and I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, this game. So you have to play it, because like the other times I did drop it, like I win that game. So card's insane. One imperm, cross out target, and then if it comes to it, I can sack it off with thrust. 40 in the main. Extra deck. 2 snatchy. I know we opt to play, or like there's an argument for 3. I only have 2, and I cycle it back with the field spell anyways, so some like settling, or like just settling for like the fact that I only have 2 and I don't want to order a 3rd. One Ukanga Mitsune no Onari. Card's insane. It's just made for Yummy to just set the surprise from grave. It's removal and it pops cards. So, like I used this to pop a Caesar and was able to play the game. You could argue for a second, or just more Link monsters, because these are the only ones I play by kind of just choice. And when I did take cards out, like I put in a IP and Underworld Goddess, and that ended up helping a Liger Dancer, so that's nice. Synchros, AFD. You only really need the 1. You're drawing enough cards and searching enough that like you don't need the 2nd. It's a hard once on the search anyways, so it's just taking up space at that point, but it is necessary. 1 Crystal Wing. I'll summon the Curry or the Spore back, or if I have the Curry Bong in hand, I'll summon it and then I'll sync off AFD and the tuner to make Crystal Wing. Crystal Wing was another disruption, but it also outs a Liger Dancer, which was nice. Or like opponent made Saber Dancer, and I'm like, I don't have anything that I can really get over that at this moment. And then I made Crystal Wing and swung for lethal, so wouldn't change that. That's all for the Dragon Synchros. The Yummy Synchros, don't need to really explain this. We all know what these do. Standard. 1 Starham. Another Light Beast. So I guess I should add, we know it doesn't negate the effects of what it summons. And so I really like looping Valor Fawn, the Mystical Beast of the Forest, with this. It's a hard once, but it's, if you summon off a rescue cat, whatever you summon is negated. And so this is a way of unlocking that effect and bringing back something, some more extension. And I was playing 2 for a little bit, but like extra deck is tight. 1 Nat Beast, 1 Barkion. Rescue Cat is hilarious, and this helped me win a match against Moonlight. It's a bit Windmore because I need Earth stuff for both of these, and I haven't made Barkion yet, but it's there because it's a card. It is a negate, a floodgate, so yeah, I want to keep this in because the grind game on top of like, okay, I'm also adding a Nat Beast to my Yummy board, please try to have it. For remaining extra deck slots, I was very bored, so I got the Voltic or Thunder Unicorn, Voltic Bicorn, Lightning Tricorn, and Leo. They're all just beast synchros. These are light beast, so these are great with the Journey field spell, go draw a card. For those that don't know, this effect is kind of irrelevant. It's just a level 5 body to synchro climb. I target 1 monster the opponent controls, it loses 500 for every other monster I control, and then only this can attack. So I just use this as a body. If this is destroyed, by the opponent's card, we mill 7 cards. And so that was the initial idea around this, but obviously that doesn't, like, I can't synchro enough into this consistently to justify playing more. It's still, like, I just like the card. Lightning Tricorn, if this is destroyed by the opponent's card, I bring back one of these two. And so, like, I can crash, we both mill 7, have this swing, crash, bring this back, we mill 7 more. And so there's some grind game. These could be SP, IP, Underworld Goddess, and whatever synchro you think is a lot more viable. And then Leo, the Keeper of the Sacred Tree. We can't target, or your opponent can't target this except during the main phase 2. So it's just the biggest level, or the highest level beast that we can make in the game. And that was kind of just the whole premise, was like, how many beast synchros can I play? Side decks, whatever. I'll go through it real quick. Nib, 2 more Droll, 3 Ash, 3 Kurikara. How many want to match? Kind of don't like it. Could probably cut it and wouldn't miss it. 3 Thrust. Searches all of our good cards, or all of our power cards, and then 1 Lightning Storm, 1 Duster, 1 Evenly for the Thrust. Ash on the side because it's Luckles. I like playing gas, and I'll only start sagging in for Fua, Perulia. So, yeah, that's the list. Thank you for watching. Have a good one, y'all.